So no moshing, no stage diving, no spitting. No, oh, cursing's okay.
So stay right there when you're doing the intro, and then I'll be able to...
Now don't move, just stay there. For the whole show, we want you to stand right there for the whole show. And what I want you to do is I want you to do the sign language. But really mean it.
Okay, everybody, I just want to say welcome to Danger Island, Kurt and Jen's bar. It's mega famous. Builder is Keith Richardson. And I just want to say this is Tiki with Ray. Let's take it away.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming out to Danger Island. This really means a lot to me. And I'll be honest with you. When I first found out that I was going to be able to come over here, I reached out to Kurt. I'm like, hey, Kurt, I can come over and check out your place.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, awesome. Okay, great. And then all of a sudden you decided you're going to throw a party.
Oh, well, of course.
And there was like already
Saturday.
There's like 15 people coming out. I'm like, damn, okay. And then I decided, it's like, well, I'm already going to have my equipment to do the show because I just did it at Forbidden Island.
Yeah.
And down at Tonga Hut.
Right.
And I'm like, I should just do the show here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
And I figure I can get your tiki story.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I thought we were here to talk goth talk.
All right, let's talk about goth. So, Sisters of Mercy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or Lords of the New Church. Gwar! I don't think Gwar is goth.
Yeah. Jinx.
Gwar's metal.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about Gwar, then I should be talking to Jason Alexander.
Yeah, he can probably talk better about Gwar.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to pronounce Gwar.
I think you got it.
Yeah, oh, okay. For a long time I thought it was GWR or
Yeah.
GWAR.
It's like more like that band Wasp, WASAP.
Oh, yeah, what did that ever say?
It was supposed to
White
stand for...
Anglo-Saxon?
Why don't... No, it's We Are Sexual Perverts.
Oh, right.
I didn't come up with it.
No, that's what I learned in church.
Yeah.
That's what it stood for. Knights in Satan's service.
Yeah, that was Kiss, and then
Yeah.
and you realize half... Hey, we got to stay on track. They're already complaining.
Okay.
So, Kurt, I'll be honest with you. I've been to a lot of home tiki bars, and this is unbelievable. I'm serious. Someone says it's just all right. Kurt, this is truly incredible.
Well, when you have something in your mind and you only have it like half-ass cooked, you need somebody to help bring it out.
That's how I feel about my show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
You need somebody to kind of like, this is kind of what I want to do, but I don't really have any clue. And here's a drawing that looks like a 4-year-old did it.
Yeah.
You need a good builder.
Yeah.
And I was super lucky. I had asked some very well-established tiki bar builders in the industry to build, and it just didn't work out. And I respect their work. And I kind of ended up finding the person who was able to do it, Keith Richardson. And
Keith Richards?
Yeah, no.
So when he's not in...
Yeah.
Keith Richards' son?
Yeah. Yeah, his kid.
Are you serious?
One of.
Hey, you never know who'll be in the
Yeah.
tiki. So the guy's name is Keith Richardson.
Yeah, he's a local guy here in Sacramento. Yeah. And we kind of sat down, and I had a little swatch board of like ideas and photos of things I kind of wanted to do and the direction I wanted to go. I wanted to be, I did not want to be like nouveau tiki. I wanted to be respectful of the old stuff as well as put my own interest in it.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, this is cool. Where'd you get that photo? And I was like, I don't know, Pinterest or something. He's like, that's my bar that I built. So I was like,
I like how you downplayed it. I don't know. It's a good, I hope you didn't say anything bad about it. It's like, well, I like this bar, but I want it to be better than this one.
Yeah. That bar sucks, and that's an example of what I don't want.
So, let's start from the beginning.
Oh.
When and how did you get into tiki?
You know, that's a good question. I don't really know. There was things about it that I liked. You know, I mean, remember in the 90s, the whole lounge music
absolutely.
thing? I definitely bought all those lounge CDs and started exploring some of those artists and stuff. And then I wasn't into tiki at the time, but my wife and I had our engagement party at the Tonga Room at the Fairmont.
Are you serious?
So that was. Oh yeah, thank you. Not Tonga Hut. Thank you. Thanks for correcting me.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of corrections going on.
Yeah.
No, that's not when that happened. Your wife is going to be like, we didn't get married in that year. We got.
She told me we were married. I don't remember.
We're not married. We're just engaged still. You still haven't proposed to me. And you know what's interesting too is I have I got into tiki in 2006.
Okay.
But everything you just talked about in the 90s, I was completely the same way.
Yeah.
I love that there was the retro culture revival.
Right.
The whole swing dancing thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm afraid of dancing and terrified of it, but I admired it.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
And I love the fact that was starting to come back. That was the first time I realized when people were starting to get back into old stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't get into tiki until much later, but those seeds were already planted.
Right.
So back to your engagement party at the Tonga Room.
Well, I think one reason we had it there is it was so cheap. It was like one of the cheapest venues.
Inexpensive.
I mean, we didn't.
Inexpensive.
Okay, we didn't have the money, and San Francisco was always expensive. It's crazy now, but it still was expensive back then.
Yeah.
But I think the Tonga Room was in its twilight at that point as far as popularity and so I think that was one of the reasons because okay, my wife is shaking her head no. Who paid for that shit then? Okay. Can I say shit?
Yeah.
Is this cable? Is this basic cable?
Yeah, no, baby. This is Cinemax.
After dark.
This is Cinemax After Dark, so you can do whatever you want. No. That's my job. No, and you don't want to see that. So that was the seat.
So that was one of them.
Okay.
But I think the thing that really kind of solidified it was we went to Kauai for my wife's 50th birthday, and it was just a great experience.
Yeah.
I had never
Kauai.
been to Hawaii. Yeah, I had never been there. It was great. It was fun, and I just did not want the feeling to stop. I mean, anybody who's been to Hawaii kind of wants to extend that as long as they can.
Yeah.
And for me, one of the things was to go to Trader Vic's and then Forbidden Island, and then I thought it would be fun to do the rum list.
Yeah.
And I did the rum list with a couple of my coworkers, and then I just kind of got sucked in, and then the mug thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have a couple here.
Yeah, just a couple.
2,452.
Yeah, I don't have as much as some of my advanced collectors by any means, but
There's advanced collecting.
well, Wendy Savola has
Oh, yeah.
amazing collection.
She would be here tonight, but she had to stay home and watch television.
Yeah. She and I admire her because she's so smart. I'm not going to that place. I think isn't Andy Griffith on or something?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
No, it's that's where she.
Matlock?
That's where she makes her mugs. She literally does the sculpting while she's watching television.
Yeah, that's good.
And she's like, I need to go home because I was hanging out with her today. And she's like, I need to go home because we need to get our television fixed. And she literally said that, and she's like, watching television is very important to us. I'm like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So Wendy, eventually you'll be watching this video. Hello.
Yeah.
We love Wendy.
I think we should buy Wendy a Netflix subscription because I don't know if she has one. She's like rabbit ears on her TV.
Oh.
No, she's smart. She's getting TV for free. We're paying for it.
It was great the last time I hung out with them. She just got a cell phone.
Okay.
Right. And
Wait, we just got a cell phone. When was this? When did you
this was like a couple months ago.
Oh.
And Dan was like, "Hey, maybe Ray could show you how to put an app on it." And that's like not anything particular, just an app. I'm like, yeah, I think I could do that.
Right.
Well, yeah, they have an insane mug collection. So,
Oh yeah.
you got into the mugs.
Got mugs. Yeah, and
Tiki shirts.
tiki shirts. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And everybody, it seems so nice. As I've been involved.
Seems.
Well,
I like how you said that. Like everyone seems so nice.
well, when I was super newbie into it, everybody was nice, and I was like, wow, everybody's so nice. There's no drama, and they're like, oh, you're new.
Just wait.
Stick around 5 minutes, and you'll realize that it's not the little rainbows and things that you think it's are.
No, exactly.
But it's still like other subcultures are way snarkier.
Oh my God,
meaner.
yeah.
And tiki people, like, I mean, it's so basic. All you have to do is show up,
Yeah.
be enthusiastic, sort of wear something Hawaiian-ish, and you're in.
All you gotta do is just drink one of these.
Oh yeah, that helps too. But I have.
Be kind.
Yeah, well, you be kind. Most people are who are into this scene, so that's cool. That's an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's just the whole thing. I mean, it's just sort of like, you go to a tiki bar and you go in and it's just sort of like, do you like this?
Yeah.
You think it's cool?
Yeah.
And if you do, done.
Right.
There's not. You can learn about it. You can learn about the history of tiki, but it's not a requirement.
No.
I'm not gonna. No one's gonna be testing you.
Well, that's. Yeah. I
Actually, there's a pop quiz here that I'm going to.
I have to renew my tiki license. And
You have to renew your tiki license.
It is a long test. Yeah. And I always spell Dawn with one N.
It's Victor Bergeron.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's Orchiet, not Orjai, or something like that.
No, how is it pronounced? I thought it's. Someone told me think of Zsa Zsa Gabor
Yeah.
or Zsa.
Yeah. Do we put a T at the end at all?
Or Jet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We could make it like Russian. It's like Orjat.
That makes me want to drink that, right?
Yeah. It's like so smooth.
So what's in that Mai Tai? Well, dry curacao, vodka, and orgeat.
The vodka version of the Mai Tai. It's a 1917 version.
Yeah, you want to talk about some snarkiness? There you go.
Hey gang, we'll get back to the tiki conversation here in just a second, but I want to let y'all know they have t-shirts for sale. They are screen printed in America. The artist is Tony Canepa, and they're going for $20 a piece, $25 including shipping. If you're interested in buying one, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and then there's a tab that says buy a t-shirt. Click on there and just follow the prompts. So thank you very much. And let's get back to the tiki conversation now.
And you originally lived in San Francisco.
So I lived in San Francisco.
Proper?
To the East Bay. Well, yes, proper. My wife and I met in the Mission, and then
It wasn't at a burrito place, was it?
no, it was at.
You're like laughing, like I don't like Mexican food.
Oh, I did propose at a burrito place.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Do you remember which burrito place?
I think it's gone. It's actually in the Fillmore, and it was where? It was off of Fillmore on, I forget the cross street there.
No, wait, hold on. Why did you propose her?
I told you we couldn't afford anything. She said we could afford the Tonga room, and I thought it must be cheap, but burrito place was.
You're like-
No, it's actually.
You're like I could buy 2 burritos and get us and feed us both. And,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Did you get down on one?
No,
knee and
it was the
everything?
place of our first
Did you
date.
did you propose to her underneath the salsas and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
She goes to
Salsa
scoop
bar.
in the salsa, and there's the ring.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the reason why I'm not married.
You got to bring food into it, right?
You gotta bring food into it. Not have the ring in the food.
Oh, yeah. That's where I guess where I messed up, but no, that was a place of our first date. We had a burrito in the Fillmore, and then we went over to the Fillmore to see a concert.
You remember who that concert was?
Yeah, it was Diggable Planet's Spearhead opened.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
So, back in that time, what tiki bars were around in the Bay Area?
None, and I didn't.
None.
I wasn't into it. I mean, there were.
Okay.
Of course, there were because it would have been Trader Sam's with that one would have been there.
Who's all been to Trader Sam?
Yep.
Trader Sam, San Francisco.
Not Anaheim. Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah, Trader Sam.
Trader Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Not hyphen, but apostrophe.
I don't remember much, which means I definitely was there.
Yeah. It's not memorable, but it's history.
It is history. I think it's the oldest tiki bar in the country.
I think
Period.
it's pre-tiki, right?
It's pre-tiki, yeah.
Yeah. They have they have little huts, and each one is named after a Polynesian island. So there's
Yeah.
like Samoa. It's
The
really
bones are there. I mean, like,
Yeah.
if they wanted to bring that place back,
Yeah.
they could.
Yeah.
You could drink.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of the Tonga Room.
No, that's a great place.
I love it. I mean, that was one of those places like I've been waiting to go check out like for years,
Yeah.
and it did not disappoint. And I understand that the drinks weren't very good for a while. They got better,
Yeah.
but I love that place.
Yeah.
So up until this point, there wasn't many tiki bars to go to.
Yeah, and I wasn't really into it because we're kind of jumping along with the timeline, but it
Okay.
was basically when I came back from Kauai, which was
Yeah.
I don't know what was that, like 6 years ago.
4 years.
4 years.
Oh, okay. So this is more recently then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm newish to it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was Forbidden Island.
Forbidden Island.
That was my spot.
I'll tell you what. Any fans of Forbidden Island here?
It's all right.
Every single bar mentioned.
He says it's all right. Yeah.
The mic high.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Been there, done that.
Right.
It's no Danger Island.
But he said it's all right to Danger Island.
I love Forbidden Island.
Yeah.
When I think of a tiki bar, that's it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like it was built in 2006, which in my mind seems not that long ago, but now
Yeah.
that's like what 13 years now.
Yeah, they're going on 14. Yeah.
And it's like there is age to it, but it's a good age to it because it does feel like it's been around forever. Well, at 13, 14 years, that is a long time.
For a bar.
There's no windows.
Right.
It feels like it's been around forever. I really love that place. And it is probably one of my favorite bars in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But what was it about it that you liked?
I mean, I think the staff is amazing.
Oh.
So Autumn is the best hostess.
Oh my God,
ever.
Autumn!
Yeah. Like from
Yeah.
day one, she was calling me pumpkin and all sorts of names, and I thought I was special, but I realized she called everybody that. But it made me feel special.
She called me. She kept calling me Rotten Tomato.
Oh. Normally it's pumpkin, but
Oh,
okay.
maybe she didn't like it.
Yeah, it's all right. She has her nights, I'm sure. She deals with all of us all
She
the
didn't
time.
call me that. I'm just joking.
And then Rob Lee, her husband's a great bartender. And then later, had been going there for a while, but Brian Reckenmacher came up there.
Brian
Yeah,
Reckenmarker. Not only is he a great artist,
yeah.
a great drunk bar. He can make some
Yeah.
awesome drinks.
He's all right.
So was that your inspiration to create your own bar?
Yeah, like this booth we're sitting in right now actually is measured from Forbidden Island's booth. There's a little change to it. It has a little bit more of a slope and peak, but it's pretty much. And then I have some alcoves here, but otherwise, and the pufferfish goes there. But other than that, it's measured down to the centimeter, half inch, quarter inch, whatever it is.
Yeah, and
Because I wanted to create Forbidden Island.
And I noticed up on top, you got the
Oh, yeah,
dollar bill
dollars.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I added mine.
Yeah.
I did too.
And my rum drinking group,
Well, actually, I didn't. I'm gonna pay you with Venmo, so I put my. So it's a post-it note with my.
Great.
yeah, that'd be great. We could put a screen up there, a touch screen, and yeah.
Yeah, like one of those like picture frames where the picture just keeps on changing, but it's
Yeah.
just different people.
And then the emoji, like an eggplant, like thanks, Kurt. And I was like, what's an eggplant got to do with
To
it?
give you a little history about what that's all about, the idea was that during like wartime, like World War II, like guys that were going to be going off to war,
Right.
what they would do is they would take $1 and they would, attach it to the ceiling of the bar that they liked. And the idea is that I'm going to be coming back to get my dollar once I get back from the war.
Right.
So it was kind of like a good luck thing.
Okay.
And that's where it came from. And I guess over at Forbidden Island, they took like $10,000.
Yeah.
And he's going to give it to charity.
Yeah, that's great.
And you told me that you're going to give me all this money after it's done.
Yeah.
Coming out here and stuff.
I think there's
So it looks like I got $8 coming in.
$8 will get you back to Seattle.
Yeah. No, it's going to get me to Weed, California.
Oh, that's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started building the bar.
Yeah, well, so we moved to Sacramento a couple years ago and had a bigger garage, so we knew we wanted to build it.
Oh, this is actually a garage.
Yeah, it was a garage.
Oh, wow, okay.
Actually, it started off as a carport.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it wasn't even like enclosed.
Right, it wasn't enclosed. It had the oil catches with the gravel. Wow. And somebody before me who owned the house enclosed the garage.
Yeah.
So we wanted to keep it looking the same as the outside. So the outside still has the garage doors. They're not operable now because they have nowhere to roll up into.
Yeah.
But we wanted to create like a little space for our friends and hang out and drink. I think we've accomplished that.
Thank you.
It's one of the few goals in my life I've accomplished.
Well, yeah. I think you've achieved it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the name of your bar.
Okay.
Danger Island.
Yeah. So Danger Island was it ran as a serial, like the 1930s and 40s serial where they would show before movies, like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would always end in a cliffhanger.
Yep.
No matter how kind of absurd and calculated that was, it was going to be a cliffhanger. And it ran on the Banana Split show. And although I'm a little bit young,
The show with the guys in the six-wheelers.
yeah, the na na na
Na,
na
na,
na
na,
na
na, na.
yeah. Yeah, you guys know. And I think I was a little young for the original airing of it, but I definitely saw it in syndication.
I saw it in the 70s.
Yeah, me too. I mean in the 80s. I saw it in the 80s. And then Danger Island always kind of captured my imagination because it was kind of a live action Johnny Quest. It was kind of over the top, is absurd, and so I wanted to name my bar after that. I mean, I had 5.
Woo, you're breaking shit, boss.
Great, there goes my $8.
We'll then know it.
Chungo!
Yeah, that was a catchphrase.
That was the catchphrase of the Danger Island.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, like everybody would be saying, "Uh-oh, Chongo," and I feel like everybody watched the show. But I'm amazed.
That was the catchphrase that you used?
Yeah, like uh-oh.
You know what the catchphrase was when I was a kid? Jesus, we're fucked.
Yeah. Which you grew up Eastern European?
I'm from PA, so we're a little rough around the edges there. But.
Yeah. On the West Coast, it was a little softer than that. We didn't realize that till we were like 16 or something.
So that became the theme and the heart of your bar.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to go that direction. I mean, it fit within the parameters of that Tiki Tiki bar name generator thing online. But just like clicked it a million times.
I tried it, and this is what it came up for mine. Don't even try.
You don't have a home Tiki bar?
I have a Tiki bedroom.
Wow.
Maybe that's the reason why I'm not married.
Most definitely, Ray. Most definitely.
So you bring
Island.
wait, so you bring girls home to the Tiki bedroom?
Oh, that's what I should call my bedroom.
Island.
Fucker Island.
Is that with a P or an F?
Not Fucker Island. Fuck Her Island? Hey, babe, welcome to my tiki bedroom called
This is like
Fuck Her Island.
Cinemax After Dark.
Yeah, this is Cinemax After Dark.
Yeah. You guys remember when you would like have your parents didn't subscribe to Cinemax because they couldn't afford it, and you'd and it would have it was scrambled, yeah. And then every once in a while it would line up sorta, and you could see something.
Hey, Kurt, why do you think my neck is crooked? Hey, no, actually, you know what?
I think I see a boob. I think I do.
My introduction to the female. My introduction to the female form was Benny Hill.
He doesn't have
Not Benny Hill himself.
Oh, okay. It's confusing.
And every once in a while, he'd have these like dancers on. You know, and the show was on late at night, and you're like, what's going on? But that was it.
Yeah.
Now I wonder why I'm not married.
Yeah. Because women love that show. It represents them so well. And
Especially
they're
with this-
strong female characters.
Especially with yakety sax going on.
Yeah.
So, how long did it take for you to build this bar?
Well, I mean, I always gotta come back. I didn't do shit.
You didn't do shit.
I just painted a lot and hung some lights, but it was really Keith who like put things together. Yeah.
You want to come up and say a few words?
Yeah. Come on up, Keith. Yeah, it was
I'm
Keith.
not much on the mic, but
Well, Keith, welcome to the show. So,
Thank you.
so tell us, how did this all come about?
well, it came out of this guy's brain mostly, the bones of it.
Yeah.
And he gave me his little 4-year-old scribblings and said, "Can you do this?" I can do that, but you want to do something different and add some stuff? And so we kept adding and kept saying, "Can you do this?" I said, "Yeah, we can do that." "Can you do this?" And, "Yeah, I can do that." But he kept forgetting to ask the question, "How much more is this going to cost?"
Yeah.
Add this and that.
And he's like, well, I have a system. When anyone comes to my bar, I'll have them post $1 bill. And you'll get paid in about 13 years or so. Yeah, hey guys, I just want to let you know this money's going to go towards charity. Oh, all right, Kurt. We want to help you, Kurt.
So yeah, and I kept trying to bring things in that were Danger Island themed.
So he knew the show really well.
Did you really?
Yeah,
And there's actually, he knows.
I know the actor who played Chongo.
Really?
And I didn't even realize it was him. I had met him years ago. I wanted to be a stuntman when I was younger, and he's actually a world-renowned stuntman. He was actually the stunt double for Charles Bronson, and he runs a stunt school in Florida. And I flew out there and met him back in the '80s, and spent 2 days with him, and had no idea. And when I was doing research on the bar, I was like, God, that name sounds so familiar. It's an interesting name, Kim Kahana. I was like, wait a minute, that's Kim Kahana. And I'm like, holy cow, I know Chongo. So yeah.
Imagine if you're like Santa's like, yeah, there's a friend back in Sacramento. He wants to do a tiki bar, but he wants to be in this stupid show called Danger Island. I mean, no one watched that, right? And then he's probably like, yeah, I was in it. It's a good thing he didn't say anything bad about it.
Yeah, no. I
Has
love
he
that
ever
show.
been here?
No.
No.
How old is he now? He's up there.
He's got to be in his 80s by now.
Yeah.
Well, you better get him out here quick then.
I know.
He's still doing work.
I bet you he'll put a $5 up there for you.
He was in,
Okay, him.
he was in the Pumpkinhead movies pretty recently.
He was in the Pumpkinhead movies?
Yeah.
Oh, they were great, you know. Did anyone see the Pumpkinhead movies?
Yes.
Yes.
1.
2.
No, 2.
3.
I mean, the biggest actor in Danger Island, he wasn't at the time, but it was Jan Michael Vincent.
Oh, yeah.
So he was probably the biggest name to come out of there. I mean,
and Richard Donner was the director.
well, that's true. Yeah, Richard Donner went on to do The Goonies and
Lethal Weapon movies,
Lethal Weapon.
Superman.
You've heard of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
wasn't born in a bubble. I'm not like the one person I talked to today that said that they never even heard the Beatles.
I'm looking at her, but I'm not going to name her name. Oh, she's flipping me off right now.
We're getting the middle finger now, so I better wrap this shit up. So, how long did it take then to build this whole thing?
It was about 2.5 months.
2.5 months, that's it?
Yeah.
To pretty much what it is?
Yeah, it was just
Wow.
it was a garage with the roll-up doors and all the hardware and everything, and we stripped it, built in walls, and there's a storage area back there, and laid cement. I didn't do the cement.
Like shout out to the Crawfords, Chemo and Bridget Crawford, who came and just worked so hard that weekend. I'd never mixed cement, let alone laid cement. We had to fill in the gravel pits that I'm talking about.
Wow.
To get a flat floor. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I did do the cement on the other side for the rock.
What was the hardest part to make?
That's a good question.
Probably the rock wall.
Yeah.
That's the most time-consuming and difficult work. And I had a glove rip on the first day, and so I had to do it freehand. And someone here who knows what I went through, I got lye burns all over my fingers. Took about a month for those to heal.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah.
Concrete sucks.
Yes, it does.
It's good to see that we got people that are very passionate about concrete.
That shit sucks, Ray.
No, Keith got injured over and over.
Yeah, I had one emergency room visit where I got a scar right here from that one.
Was that part of your cost?
Yeah.
Well, here's my medical bills.
Yeah. I had to take out a workers' comp policy.
You had to give him LNI and I.
That's what we call Danger Island.
That's right.
There you go.
With the danger in Danger Island.
So you built tiki bars?
This is the third
He
one.
does
I've built.
now, Ray. He
Yeah.
does now. Yes.
He does now?
Yes.
This is my third one.
Yes.
So give people a shout out. There's people going to be watching this video.
All right. My name's Keith Richardson, Kiki's Creations, and hit me up. I'm on Facebook and Muskrat451 on Instagram.
Well, I'll
Say it slow.
yeah, say it slow.
Muskrat451.
Well, I'll tell you what. I am blown away by this bar.
Well, thank you.
And people, anyone that's watching the video out there, if you want a nicely built tiki bar, he's the guy.
Legit.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Love you too.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, and we got to get back to our drinking.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Ray, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And fuck concrete. Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.